Okay, here is a little video about how I am grading you. So you should look at these last slides, 31 and 32, where it says rubric. It does say do not write here because I am going to write here to give you feedback. The left side says things that you need to work on, and the right side says where you're doing really well. So each of the categories in the middle are something that I'm grading you on. So the first summative grade is criterion B, organization. You need to use signal words in your writing. So for each one, you need to go to the first slide for that type, where it has this column of signal words. So if I was making a list, I could say first, second, third, one, two, three, or just put numbers. If you do any of those, it's fine. If I was doing problem solution, I could use these signal words. I could use the signal words problem and solution. Anything like this that is giving you a clue that it's problem solution. So it's the same for each one. You're using those signal words. Let's look at the next category. Flow. The text follows a structured flow. That means if you are writing chronological about something's history, you're not starting in 1900 and then going to 1950 and then going back to 1920. You're going in order for process, for chronological, for a few of them, like problem solution. You go in the order that you can see in the graphic organizer. So for example, with cause and effect, you usually will write about the cause first and then the effect. You don't have to, but that's normally the way you do it. And chronological, like I said, you start at the beginning and then end at the end. So it has to follow that flow. Next up, organizational pattern correctly labeled. So you have to make sure that every text that you write is a good example of that pattern. So for example, if I'm writing problem solution and I'm like, soccer is really popular. It's like, what's the problem? What's the solution? Like you have to have the things in the title in what you write. Okay, all text connected to one topic. So I am grading you about whether you are sticking to one topic. So for example, the example one is hamburgers. My example was ukuleles. So did you stick to one topic like that, or did you write just random stuff? I want to see that you can write different, with different organizational patterns about one thing. It's a little hard, but you can do it. Okay, that's it for that grade. For criterion D, I am grading you on two things, sentence fluency and conventions. So sentence fluency is when you read it out loud, does it sound good or is it awkward? So read it out loud and see how it sounds. You'll be able to hear if it sounds weird or if you're saying the same thing over again. It is this, it is this, it is this. Like when you read it out loud, you'd be like, oof, it sounds like I'm saying the same thing over and over and it's kind of boring. Conventions is just, are things technically right? Did you go to tools, spelling, and do a spell check? Did you use periods? Did you capitalize correctly? Did you check for grammar? If you're good at this, that means you read it a few times and checked for mistakes. You need to ask yourself, how much work does the reader need to do to understand my piece? If they have to do a lot of work, then that's not good. It's going to make it too hard for them to read. So always check your work and then you should get a good grade.